Question 34.11. Questioner, could you give me the last names of Albert and Martin? Answer, I am Ra. These entities are known to you as Albert Schweitzer and Martin Luther King. Question 34.12. Questioner, I thought that was correct, but I wasn't sure. Can you give me the same type of information that we have been getting here with respect to the unmanifested interacting between self and gadgets and toys and inventions? Answer, I am Ra. In this particular instance we again concentrate for the most part in the orange and in the yellow energy centers. In a negative sense, many of the gadgets among your peoples, that is what you call your communication devices and other distractions such as the less competitive games, may be seen to have the distortion of keeping the mind, body, spirit complex unactivated so that yellow and orange ray activity is much weakened, thus carefully decreasing the possibility of eventual green ray activation. Others of your gadgets may be seen to be tools whereby the entity explores the capabilities of its physical or mental complexes and in some few cases, the spiritual complex, thus activating the orange ray in what you call your team sports and in other gadgets such as your modes of transport. These may be seen to be ways of investigating the feelings of power, more especially, power over others or a group power over another group of other selves. Question 34.13. Questioner, what is the general overall effect of television on our society with respect to this catalyst? Answer, I am Ra. Without ignoring the green ray attempts of many to communicate via this medium such information of truth and beauty as may be helpful, we must suggest that the sum effect of this gadget is that of distraction and sleep. Question 34.14. Questioner, can you give me the same type of information that we are working on now with respect to war and rumors of war? Answer, I am Ra. You may see this in relationship to your gadgets. This war and self relationship is a fundamental perception of the maturing entity. There is a great chance to accelerate in whatever direction is desired. One may polarize negatively by assuming bellicose attitudes for whatever reason. One may find oneself in the situation of war and polarize somewhat towards the positive activating orange, yellow, and then green rays by heroic, if you may call them this, actions taken to preserve the mind, body, spirit complexes of other selves. Finally, one may polarize very strongly third ray asterisk by expressing the principle of universal love at the total expense of any distortion towards involvement in bellicose actions. In this way the entity may become a conscious being in a very brief span of your time-space. This may be seen to be what you would call a traumatic progression. It is to be noted that among your entities a large percentage of all progression has as catalyst, trauma. Asterisk, this should be fourth ray. Ra corrected the mistake in the next answer. Question 34.15. Questioner, you just used the term third ray in that statement. Was that the term you meant to use? Answer, I am Ra. We intended the green ray. Our difficulty lies in our perception of red ray and violet ray as fixed, thus the inner rays are those which are varying and are to be observed as those indications of seniority in the attempts to form and harvest. Question 34.16. Questioner, would the red ray, an intense red ray, then be used as an index for seniority in incarnation as well as an intense violet ray? Answer, I am Ra. This is partially correct. In the graduation or harvesting to fourth density positive, the red ray is seen only as that which being activated is the basis for all that occurs in vibratory levels, the sum of this being violet ray energy. This violet ray is the only consideration for fourth density positive. In assessing the harvestable fourth density negative, the intensity of the red as well as the orange and the yellow rays is looked upon quite carefully, as a great deal of stamina and energy of this type is necessary for the negative progression, it being extremely difficult to open the gateway to intelligent infinity from the solar plexus center. This is necessary for harvest in fourth density negative. Question 34.17. Questioner, is it possible for you to use as an example our general pattern and tell me the effect that war had on him in his development? Answer, I am Ra. This will be the last full question of this working. The one of whom you speak, known as George, was one in whom the programming of previous incarnations had created a pattern or inertia which was irresistible in its incarnation in your time-space. This entity was of a strong yellow ray activation with frequent green ray openings and occasional blue ray openings. However, it did not find itself able to break the mold of previous traumatic experiences of a bellicose nature. This entity polarized somewhat towards the positive in its incarnation due to its singleness of belief in truth and beauty. This entity was quite sensitive. It felt a great honor duty to the preservation of that which was felt by the entity to be true, beautiful, and in need of defense. This entity perceived itself a gallant figure. It polarized somewhat towards the negative in its lack of understanding the green ray it carried with it, rejecting the forgiveness principle which is implicit in universal love. The sum total of this incarnation vibrationally was a slight increase in positive polarity but a decrease in harvestability due to the rejection of the law or way of responsibility, that is, seeing universal love, yet still it fought on. Question 34.18. Questioner, do we have enough time for me to ask if the death, almost immediately after the cessation of war, of this entity could have been so that it could have immediately been reincarnated so that it could make harvest? Answer, I am Ra. This is precisely correct. Question 34.19. Questioner, thank you. Then I will just ask if there is anything that we can do to make the instrument more comfortable or to improve the contact. Answer, I am Ra. All is well. We leave you, my friends, in the love and the light of the one which is all in all. I leave you in an everlasting peace. Go forth, therefore, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one infinite Creator. Adonai.